If you have tinnitus, there's a good chance you've sat down to do something, maybe answer emails, read a book, have a conversation with someone you love, and within minutes, the ringing has pulled you completely off track. You reread the same sentence 3 times, or you lose your thought mid-sentence. You can't focus. And then you start to wonder, is this just me? Am I losing my mind? You're not. And this video is going to explain exactly why tinnitus has this effect on your ability to concentrate and what you can actually do about it. Hello friends, I'm Dr. Morrison. I'm an audiologist with 18 years of experience specializing in tinnitus management, and I have tinnitus myself. I've worked with hundreds of patients on this exact problem, and I want to share what actually works. If you find this helpful, please subscribe. I release a new video every week. To understand why tinnitus wrecks your focus, you have to understand something about how your brain processes sound. Your brain is designed to monitor your environment constantly, even when you're asleep. Its job is to detect threats. And for most of human history, an unexpected sound, especially a high-pitched one, meant danger. So when tinnitus starts, your brain does exactly what it's designed to do. It flags the sound. It says, pay attention to this. Don't ignore this. This might matter. The problem is that tinnitus isn't a threat. It's a phantom signal created inside your nervous system, often after noise exposure, sometimes after stress or medication, sometimes for reasons we still don't fully understand. But your brain doesn't know that yet, so it keeps flagging it. Every time you try to focus on something else, your brain redirects your attention back to the sound. This is called the orientating response. Your brain automatically shifts your attention to any salient, novel, or potentially threatening stimulus. Tinnitus triggers this response over and over. The result is that concentrating with tinnitus is like trying to focus while someone taps your shoulder every 30 seconds. You can try, but it costs enormous mental energy. And that energy is what's leaving you exhausted by the end of the day. Here's where it gets worse. There's a feedback loop at play, and once you understand it, you'll recognize it immediately. Step 1, you try to focus. You sit down to work or read. Step 2, tinnitus pulls your attention. Your brain notices the sound. Step 3, you get frustrated. You think, I can't concentrate. This is impossible. Why won't this stop? Step 4, this frustration activates your stress response. Your nervous system becomes more aroused. Step 5, the heightened arousal makes you more aware of the tinnitus and less able to focus. And you're back to step 1, except now you're more tired, more frustrated, and the ringing feels louder. The harder you try to ignore tinnitus, the more your brain pays attention to it. This is called the rebound effect, and it's well documented in psychological research on thought suppression. This is why willpower alone doesn't work. You can't white knuckle your way through tinnitus. The more you fight it, the stronger its grip becomes. So what does work? Here are 3 evidence-based strategies I teach my patients. Strategy 1, use sound to lower the signal-to-noise ratio. Your brain notices tinnitus most when the environment is quiet. In silence, the tinnitus is the loudest thing in the room, so of course it wins the attention battle. The fix is simple. Add background sound, not to mask the tinnitus. You're not trying to drown it out. You want to reduce the contrast between tinnitus and the environment. Brown noise, nature sounds, or soft instrumental music all work well. When you do this over time, the tinnitus doesn't disappear, but it loses some of its urgency. It becomes one sound among many instead of the only sound. Your brain's orientating response quiets down and focusing becomes easier. Strategy 2, practice directed attention training. This is targeted form of focus training that works by strengthening the neural pathways your brain uses to sustain attention. Here's the basic exercise. Set a timer for 3 to 5 minutes. Choose one thing to focus on, a paragraph, a task, or a piece of music. Every time your attention is pulled to the tinnitus, gently redirect it back without frustration. Don't fight the tinnitus. Just return to what you were doing. Over time, this builds what I call an attention muscle. You're not training yourself to ignore tinnitus. You're training your brain to choose what it focuses on. Start with 3 to 5 minutes and work up to 15. Most people notice a meaningful improvement within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent practice. Strategy 3, reduce the emotional charge around tinnitus. This is the most important one, and unfortunately the one most people skip. The reason tinnitus hijacks your focus so powerfully is not just the sound, it's the emotional meaning we've attached to it. When the tinnitus gets your attention, there's usually a cascade of emotion that follows: frustration, dread, grief, anger. That emotional charge is what keeps your attention loop spinning. Your brain isn't just monitoring a sound, it's monitoring a threat signal that's tied to strong emotions. The goal of brain retraining, which is the foundation of my ReWire program, is to gradually reduce that emotional charge. You're teaching your nervous system that this sound, while real and annoying, is not dangerous. And as that emotional charge decreases, the brain's need to monitor the sound decreases too. This is how habituation works. And it's why people who go through a full brain retraining program often say they're amazed they can sit in a quiet room without it bothering them the way it used to. Your brain learned to pay attention to tinnitus. It can also learn to prioritize other things. If you want to go deeper on how this works, I have a free starter guide in the description. It covers the neuroscience behind tinnitus and how the ReWire method uses brain retraining to help you get back your life. And if you're ready to take the next step, the full ReWire program walks you through 8 modules: sleep, focus, stress, sound therapy, and more, with everything you need to start retraining your brain today. Leave me a comment below. Tell me, is focus your biggest challenge, or is it sleep or something else? I read every comment and it helps me to know what to cover next. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.